Dan Lauzon's big brother Joe shocked the UFC world with an upset of his teammate, Jens Pulver. Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Zions, extreme supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. Spencer Fisher is 30 years old. How about this young man, Dan Lauzon, 18 years old. The last 18-year-old to fight in the UFC was Sean Doherty at UFC 2. Lauzon does have a definitive height and reach advantage.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this contest is Mario Yamasaki.
Mario Yamasaki, our referee. A Lauzon against a Miletich fighter. But tonight it's Spencer Fisher against the 18-year-old Dan Lauzon.
Are you ready? Let's go!
Fisher and Pulver are somewhat clones of each other with their striking skills. In fact, everyone from the Miletich camp shares with me often that when those two spar, Pulver and Fisher, it's actually kind of fun to watch. It's a little scary to watch, but it's fun to watch.
I imagine you pay tickets just to see a practice.
You got that right.
Nice
Lauzon quickly
Lauzon.
wants to avoid the stand-up game, looking for the shot.
Fisher, nice sprawl. Does a good job of controlling. High single. Nice takedown by Lauzon.
Wow.
Very nice high single by Dan Lauzon. Fisher scrambling hard. Back to the closed guard.
Lauzon trying to utilize some ground skills here. Joe is very soft-spoken. Dan is not. Dan is extremely confident. And it's interesting that Dan Lauzon was a late replacement to fight against Spencer Fisher, and when Joe Silva, our matchmaker, our VP of Talent Relations, started to look for other fighters, he kept looking.
Oh, nice up kick by Spencer Fisher.
And he couldn't find anybody who wanted to fight Spencer Fisher.
Lauzon
was happy to do it.
Lauzon trying to pass, get to a better fighting position. Spencer Fisher using that butterfly guard. Elbows from the bottom from Spencer Fisher.
Looking at a kid who had his first pro fight in April, is 4-0 in his mixed martial arts career against a man in Spencer Fisher who's 19-2 overall. Let's see if he tried to use the up kick again. What's the strategy as you try to get back down into a top position, Randy? What's the strategy to avoid the up kick on the way? How can you defend against it or keep your opponent from setting it up?
He's got to come down and get his hands on his feet or his knees.
Like he did there, right?
Right there, exactly. Now he can look to pass. Fisher doing a nice job of keeping him right in front of him, keeping his feet between him and his opponent.
Lauzon pretty comfortable right now. The thing that I'm noticing, though, and you pointed it out before, is the shots from the bottom. Spencer Fisher's looking for an elbow opportunity.
He presses the head away and then releases the head, bringing that elbow up into Lauzon's face. Lauzon very composed for an 18-year-old. Said, what was your job before you started fighting? He said, high school.
That was a tough job for me, Look at Lauzon. Spencer Fisher.
Trying to push away and scramble up.
Spencer's got a smile on his face, but Lauzon's cut open the forehead of Fisher. Fisher's got a cut above his right eye.
Spencer now going to use the fence, try and shinny up the fence and get back to his feet. Fisher scrambles out, gets half guard now. Lauzon had a full mount there for just a second.
Lauzon very comfortable.
He's showing a lot of composure for a young fighter.
Speaking of good sparring matches and good MMA matches that you want to pay to see, I guess Joe and Dan go at it full time in the backyard from time to time, and it's for real.
I can only imagine.
I can beat up my brother. I don't know.
I didn't have brothers, I had sisters.
I hope you could beat him up, Randy.
I had to kick my butt regularly.
Dan Lauzon, pushed up by Fisher. Nice job done by Spencer Fisher.
Lauzon back to the high single here. See if he can pick him up and dump him again, using his long arms very well to secure the high crotch, high single position.
Impressive first round for Dan Lauzon. And as you know, Randy, the longer this fight goes, the more comfortable Lauzon is going to become.
More confidence he's going to gain as he goes and continues to control the tempo of this fight. Nice knee by Spencer Fisher. Lauzon has his head a little low there in the clinch.
Stunning would be one Miletich fighter losing to a newcomer. Shocking would be two of them in a row.
Oh, there's a flying knee.
Trying to set it up is Spencer the Kingfisher.
Elbows
and
from the
another
clinch.
knee.
Elbows from the clinch by Spencer Fisher. And Spencer Fisher jumping right back in the driver's seat here.
Uh-oh, and he's giving up his back. Lauzon is.
Bodies, knees to the bodies.
Dan Lauzon was overwhelmed in that
Yeah,
exchange.
absolutely. He appears to be a little hurt here.
And Fisher feels it. Oh, uppercut.
Covering, gun
Lauzon
shy.
in
This
trouble
fight must
again,
be
and it
over.
is all over. It is all over. Spencer, the Kingfisher, is victorious. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 38 seconds of the very first round. For the winner, by TKO, Spencer the Kingfisher.
Spencer, the Kingfisher, wins here tonight. Jam-packed Mandalay Bay Events Center. UFC 64 unstoppable. We move